Welcome guys to another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel, and in this one it will be an extra long episode where I'm going to be reviewing United's whole summer outgoings as well as incomings obviously. And obviously I decided not to make a video yesterday because there was major developments in terms of a player which United signed in the end, and I'm sure he'll create a lot of excitement for all United fans around the world. And so with a long video ahead, let's kick on now and just start with the major news yesterday, where United dramatically came in for Radamel Falcao, and that deal actually got over the line somewhere about 12:30 last night. I stayed up until just minutes before where I just fell asleep, and United then seemingly confirmed the deal on a season-long loan from Monaco. The fees are being touted around £6 or £5 million fee towards Monaco directly for the year, and the wages around the 250,000 mark up to 280. So he's a very high earner. There is an option for United to sign him permanently after the 12-month initial loan, where it's around 60 million euros. So it's a lot of money involving Falcao, but in his pomp, and I still think he is still in his very best form. Obviously with that ACL injury in January hasn't dealt him the best of hands, but again, he's a very determined character. You can see him, he's a very fit player as well, so I don't think fitness is an issue. It's just how that knee recovery has done. Obviously, unlike Vidal, he did not take part in the World Cup, which I think will kind of help with his rehab and also his knee, which wasn't rushed back or anything like that. So that's a very sensible move for his career. So I think we've got a world-class player, one of the best number 9s in the world. His goal-scoring record speaks for itself at both Porto, Atletico Madrid, and even in Monaco, where before he had that massive knee injury, he still produced the goods. So Falcao, one of the best strikers in the world, and it took everyone by surprise when Graham Bellagay announced it yesterday morning, because I was just walking my dogs, and when I came back, the deal was saying initially agreed, and then we waited all day for him to arrive, and the medical took forever. But I'm guessing United wanted to be thorough in terms of the knee, so that they wasn't gonna do this massive outlay and come back with a dodgy knee. We probably got burned by the Owen Hargreaves saga a few years back, so that was a one precaution in regards to Falcao. But all the talk immediately after and before is how he's going to fit into the system. Obviously, we have got a fantastic array of strikers, and a firepower up front is phenomenal. I reckon we got one of the best attacking not just in the league but in Europe. So I'm very excited to see who will be lining up against QPR. There was talk about RVP having a knee surgery or something like that, but I think there has to be more concrete information before we can sort of say that sort of stuff, because Louis van Gaal simply stated after the Burnley game that RVP wasn't just match fit, and just it will take him a couple games and rely on that. I think this international break will help a lot of the players who were late coming back, at RVP especially, because he's going to play for Holland in a friendly game, get his fitness back, and then hopefully by the time he comes back to United he'll be that bit sharper. But obviously now with Falcao, we do have a very strong attacking lineup with him, Rooney, Van Persie as our three main strikers, so definitely a lot to look forward to. And against QPR it could be interesting to see who lines up. The other deals that confirmed yesterday was Daley Blind. I think everyone knows about him now, especially given his exploits with the World Cup, with Louis van Gaal, Robin van Persie, with the Dutch squad. So Daley Blind, no surprise really, 24 years old, for about £14 million from Ajax for a 4-year deal with an option for a fifth. So another great deal. He's going to be playing mainly as a defensive midfielder. So plug in a bit of a gap. Obviously, I still think we do need even more quality in that central of the park, but with Carrick coming back in around October time, now Daley Blind, who understands their philosophy and the playing style of Louis van Gaal, obviously will shore up that midfield and hopefully, stop it becoming so porous and get into the defence. So hopefully that will be, he'll settle down quickly, because we all know what a fantastic player he is. Like Frank de Boer said, Ajax, you don't expect a spectacular with Blind, but very solid player technically, and just a proven pro. So he'll just add a bit of calmness and directness, I think, in our midfield. But again, he is versatile. He can play left-sided centre back in a free, and also as a left wing back. So there is a bit of versatility in his game, and I think that'll be really welcomed, especially with the lack of depth we have defensively at the moment in time. Obviously, we have a fantastic window. I mean, we brought in Marcos Rojo. Obviously, the work permit is still an issue there. Hopefully, that will be done by the time we play QPR. He's off with the Argentinian national team at the moment, so you hope that he'll have a bit of time to resolve everything. I think he went over to Madrid to try to sort it out. But again, we just have to fingers crossed that he has managed to get it over the line, and we can now have him fully playing for United and help shore up that defence. The other names, Luke Shaw. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel that was an age ago now, but I think Luke Shaw will be fundamental to this new system working, because unlike Ashley Young, who always cut back on his right foot and then just pass it inside, Luke Shaw will run past people, he will power past people, and he can defend. So Luke Shaw, I think, will be vital to this new role. And obviously in this new system, the wing backs are the most important component of the whole thing. So Luke Shaw will provide that much needed penetration down the left hand side, and with him and Valencia or Rafael Onova, I think we do have a very, very good wing backs in our squad already. So Luke Shaw, like I said, will be a massive player when he comes back. He looks to be very closed, and hopefully by the time we play QPR, he'll be back to match fitness and start the match straight away. So again, Luke Shaw will be a fantastic addition now back to the squad. The other names, obviously, Ander Herrera, again, like Luke Shaw, seemed an age ago now, but he's picked up an injury, had a promising debut against Swansea. Obviously, we all know how that ended in defeat, but Ander Herrera showed on the pre-season tour and also against Swansea that he has fantastic qualities, and he'll be chomping at bits to get back in the team and show his true worth to the All United fans. Ander Herrera, especially with the midfield right now, we could really do with his quality in there. So it'll be, again, the international break I think has done us a bit of good this year, where it's broken up this momentum, and it's now given Louis van Gaal 2 weeks to settle down and just look at the squad that he has now, especially with all the new signings and people coming back from injuries, that he can plan out with Ryan Giggs, Frans Hoek and Albert Stuyvenberg about how he's going to best fit all these tremendous players into his system. So again, Ander Herrera, very, very good player, and I hope he'll start proving his worth really soon. And obviously another player, Argentinian, Angel Di Maria. I can't believe I'm still saying it, really. Di Maria and Falcao in the same window. I'm not sure a lot of people expected that from United, obviously without the Champions League. I think we were going to have to settle down for only one or two major signings, but these two, especially along with the others, has proven that United is still a massive draw. Obviously we have spent a lot of money, but I think we are just playing catch up plainly, because over the past few years we haven't spent and built on the success that we had. So, and that just really emphasised the genius of Sir Alex, to get the best out of these players that he had, without spending massive amounts of money. But now we are spending a lot of money. It's not, it is within the rules of financial fair play, because we do earn all of these from commercial deals and also sponsorship, etc. So United are doing it the right way out, in my opinion. So yeah, just overall in a summary of the incoming to Old Trafford, it has been a fantastic fantastic window, but obviously we would have liked to see a top quality centre half and a top quality midfielder in addition to Ander Herrera, a more authoritative figure like Roy Keane. Also, there is not a direct replacement for Roy Keane out there, but I'm just saying that sort of type and sort of player. Obviously there was a lot of mention of Arturo Vidal during the summer, but that obviously the British press won that battle, and so that faded away, and he obviously stayed at Juventus. So all eyes will now be in January, where obviously the one man who I think everyone knows Louis van Gaal fancies is Kevin Strootman. It's a bit of a weird case, that because a couple of years ago we had the opportunity to sign with Strootman, who was seemingly on the verge of coming to Old Trafford, but David Moyes shelved the plans to that deal, and so now we have to pay twice, 3 times as more than we would have paid back then for Strootman. So that'll be an interesting one to see how he recovers. Like Falcao, he had a bad ACL injury in March, I believe, when he was playing for Holland. So it'll be Louis van Gaal will also see how he has recovered, and obviously if he has recovered in time for January, then I think we'll push out the boat one more time to get with Kevin Strootman, and then after that Louis van Gaal might revert back to a 4-3-3, but given the attacking talents that we have right now, he might be tempted in some games to revert to that sort of system. So it'll be interesting to see how Louis van Gaal now implements everything, but I'm really excited. I hope you guys are, because I think overall we have done a really good business this window, and hopefully we'll kick on, get our first win. You never know in this the English game, but I think now we have to get a first win, and after that it might be kind of like an avalanche effect where we'll build up momentum game after game. The confidence obviously going to rise, and we can go on a really good run, and hopefully you never know where it ends up, but top 4 is definitely the priority. I think with the firepower and also the injuries concerning the defence coming back, we will shore up that defensive kind of vulnerability right now, and hopefully we can kick on and get a win and have a really great season. And the second part of this video, I'll be talking about the outgoings at Old Trafford. The deals last night were on yesterday. Overall was kind of mixed and a bit of heartache for a lot of United fans, because Danny Welbeck signed for Arsenal for about £16 million. Danny Welbeck, it's still strange saying that now, because he's a United boy through and through, came through the academy, and obviously we're all going to have a bit of sentiment around in him, because he is one of our own, if you like, because he's came through the academy. Like I said, some of his plays is really nice, really eye-catching, the sort of football that United has came to be known for and be loved for, and Danny Welbeck encapsulate everything by that. Obviously his goal scoring record is there to be seen. It's not the greatest in the world, but when you think about what the other stuff that he does for the team, the energy that it brings, the physicality it brings up top, so I think Danny Welbeck will be a fantastic addition for Arsenal. But it hurts me to say it, because like I said again, he's one of us, and Danny Welbeck was sorely missed at the club. Welps is that guy meme that has been going on, but obviously every player has his price, and Louis van Gaal, surprisingly in my opinion, has let Danny go and brought in Falcao as his replacement. But still, as a bit of a bittersweet end to the transfer window, because a lot of United fans didn't let Welbeck go, or didn't want to let him go, but a few of you guys stated about how if he wasn't an English player, and also he wasn't an academy player, then he wouldn't be anyone special. But because he is English, and because he is an academy graduate, then you do form a better bond with him, you know what I mean? So Danny Welbeck, massive loss I think, but all the best to him, because he has been given been a fantastic servant for United, and at the end of the day, Gerrard nil, Welbeck won. So that's all you have to say for now in regards to Danny Welbeck, and hopefully he don't score against us when he plays us during the foreseeable future as well. There were some other deals as well concerning yesterday. Chicharito left for Madrid on a similar sort of like term with to Falcao, where it's a loan deal initially for 12 months, and then they have an option to buy him. I think it's a great move for Chicharito, but again, he's not going to be the main starter there at Madrid. But he's coming to one of the biggest clubs in the world, along par with United, Barca, etc. So Chicharito, fantastic move for him. Hopefully he can get back to his goal scoring form that we know that he's capable of. And again, like Danny Welbeck, fantastic servant, fantastic pro from what you hear. So all the best to Chicharito at Real Madrid. There were some other youngsters who moved as well last night. Tom Lawrence moving to Leicester for I think £1 million, so that was a snip for them. £1 million deal, I think 4-year deal. 20-year-old Welsh international. So Lawrence last season, made his debut in that game against Hull with James Wilson, who Lawrence did really well that night. Attacking player, can play on the wing, can play as a number 10. So Leicester definitely got another great United Academy graduate there. They do have 10 and tend to have bought a lot of United graduates in the past few years. So obviously they got a pool of talent there going, and hopefully Lawrence can add to that quality that's already there for them. And another player who's joined Lawrence at Leicester is Nick Powell. Obviously made that his comeback in the United shirt in that MK Dons game, and largely unforgettable. But Nick Powell still has the ability, I think, to succeed at United, but at his age, 19, 20, he needs to get out there and just play Premier League games regularly, and hopefully come back a better player for it, because he's got the size, the speed, the shot, everything he has going for him as a complete midfielder. So this experience hopefully will do him a world of good and come back a better player at United. But overall, just reviewing all of the outgoings, obviously a lot of players has left the club this summer, including the likes of Patrice Evra, Shinji Kagawa, Michael Keane, who went to Burnley last night, Bebe, Nani, Butner, etc, etc. So it's been a lot of revolving door effect at United this summer. A lot of incomings, but a lot of outgoings, clearing a lot of dead wood or unwanted players. So it's going to be a massive transitional period now for Louis van Gaal to get his group set and be ready for the game against QPR. He did say when we reviewed Di Maria, that he said by Monday night he would have a new group, and it seems that to be the case. So it's interesting to see how it all's going to pan out. It's sort of like the Real Madrid philosophy of the Galacticos, where we sign a lot of big name players and see how they all play together. But hopefully it'll work out, obviously, and we just desperately need a win to, like I said, that avalanche effect where the confidence and also the belief in the philosophy will start to build when we get that first victory. And I think from there we'll kick on. Obviously, I think with the quality that we have in our team right now, we are good enough, or more than good enough, to challenge for a top 4 spot. And you never know, if we go on a good run from now to the end of the season, you just don't know where that's going to take you. Top 4 and a domestic trophy, obviously the FA Cup is the only one now. So hopefully we'll get a good run in that, and the confidence will come back, and United will be coming back on top of their perch once again. Obviously it's very hard to see the other teams or the big clubs doing well right now, but I think with the signings that we have made, we will start to see the fruition of that work by Ed Woodward and Louis van Gaal. Finally, I just want to give you have to give Ed Woodward credit, where he said that watch his space, where we're going to sign a lot of players and compete financially with the biggest clubs in the world, and he hasn't backed out from his word. So you have to give him huge credit for doing so, and hopefully we can go on now and kick off our season and begin to challenge again for the very big prizes in the land. which is a new forum site for United fans where you can discuss anything surrounding United, from transfer targets to the latest training kit. In order to join the website, all you have to do is go over there, sign up with an email address and a username of your choice, and then you can start having debates and discussion with other United fans. So again, to check them out, go over to reddevilfans.com. That wraps up another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment below on any of the stories mentioned, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And also, if you want to keep to be updated with the latest videos, please subscribe to the channel for more content. You can check me out as well on Twitter at Man United Daily, or visit the website at manuniteddaily.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.